we gonna get in trouble today? Not that I want to, just seems to happen around you, is all.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard.
Captain. Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that.
That's not the point. This halfway just knocked out one of my work.
Hey, no offense, but I don't think this walking Saltuna can's gonna appreciate you interrupting.
Keep talking, Millstone. See what happens. Now's not a good time. I'm dealing with a problem here.
So, go space yourself. Problem solved.
You must really want a truncheon through your teeth. Do what you want. I'm done here.
Whatever you heard, it's all true. I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation. Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it? Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time. Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance. See you around, boss. Going for a stroll around the docking bays?
It's always fucking freezing in the bays. Careful where you smoke. It bills us for air.
Customs and inspection, right this way!
Just arrived? Head over to Customs. Wheeler needs to process you.
Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important. You take the starch out of them, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. A handful of SAM cleaning units. Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help? The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly. Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right. You need anything else? You let me know. Don't want anyone's... Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. Two biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you... They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them. Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our...
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet the real twist...
Happy to help. That's my job, after all.
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss. It's nice to be recognized. Are you pulling my leg? You must be one of them long-haul freighters. Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corp. Yep, Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Seems like every year the board's offices get big. Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew... I guess that was the start of our... Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah. Glad to help. Relative to the board holdings? Not really. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at... All right. He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Not that he would, being a board man and all. Really likes it.
Don't see what's so wrong about liking cereals.
Udon takes it too... You noticed, huh? What can I say? We're passionate folks, and the board can't abide that. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know. You sure you didn't just step off one of the interstellar... There's no working with the board. They don't share. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount... It's a delicate balance, right? We could cancel their... They got assault cruisers, gunships, and we push them too hard, maybe they decide...
The board wouldn't do that.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. Sure thing. Be seeing you.
Not carrying firearms? Good. Less chance of causing a hull breach.
The
it wasn't for us, this whole damn station would shut down. Mechanicals all...
Mechanicals all over. They still got us sweating.
Going for a stroll around the docking base?
Hey there, you mind stepping back? This charming little ship's been impounded and I'm afraid I can't let you near it till it's not. I'd surely love to, but that's just not my bailiwick. You'll want to have words with our representative here from the board, Miss... Gosh, I wouldn't dream of...
She's a good ship, ma'am. Mostly.
Happy to hear it. I ain't felt so much as a tepid breeze in...
Well, it doesn't smell as bad here as Edgewater's graveyard and...
Whew, Have yourself a pleasant day.
We move cargo 16 hours a day and half of us still can't afford a man.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a
I don't have
wasteland.
time
You were
for this.
hearing things.
Rizzo's Knock You Out Bar. A CCN 76 not talk about paranormal and keep sensitive. It's time for a KYO.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? That's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you. Go back to Byzantium, you...
I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for...
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. You must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer? Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped? Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have. He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he? Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die? No! How dreadful. That was always Alex's greatest fear, you know. Devoured by those fiends. Becoming one with their droppings. Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all? That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do? Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal. Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. It's fine, really. Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out. Be my guest. I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreaker. I have few complaints.
Oh, good law! Who'd want to go to that top? No. Emphatically no.
A luxury stateroom, reserved... Oh, good. As this office is the primary... Oh, you've noticed my friends. They're here to keep the... Indeed. What is the saying? The two most common elements in the universe are hydrogen... Someone must stand for reason and order, and the board is best equipped to do...
I'm not going anywhere, you hear? You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Doc. What seems to be the problem? Not without dispensation from Chief Junlei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here. We don't have the ability to manufacture our own metal. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandit. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but... Take care.
I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene?
See, Umfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jesse in the first place.
Let me get one thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors. Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed. Yeah, huh? Good luck getting to Jesse. And better luck if you do. Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service. Sure is. You need a deft hand to straighten a busted nose or sparkle up those not-so-pearly whites? I'm your gal. Of course, there's not much cosmetic improvement going on at the moment, not without my mechanicals. Where the law is Irian anyway? Sure. How do you think we keep this pile of junk in the sky? It costs bits, and a little prettying up brings in a fair few of them. Or it would, if I hadn't. Did he now? The mouth on that man. I swear his late mother'd be ashamed. He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate. I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. You look out, though. The place is... You ever wonder if maybe folks keep doors closed for a reason?
To the last ratted on rotten time, leave me in peace! You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you? What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone. Criminy. She really ain't gonna drop this, is she? Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed... Seems I've gotta do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low. What? No, I didn't do anything. Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. Alright, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in... 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the Blood Tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the... If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the med bay. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and... Udom Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me... Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
This is Halcyon.
How do you do? Ah, how might I assist you? Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases. That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but I don't know, Captain. Just doesn't seem right.
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt, and the board has every right to do whatever they like to recoup that debt. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree to the terms? I quite concur. It's refreshing to deal with someone practical. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first... Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work?
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie.
You the new hire? Nice to meet you.
Got word from Udom, from the hitman who trailed me the other night. Seems I'm indentured to the board now. I ain't too elated about going exclusive, but it's better than... You sure saved my skin, stranger. All debts between me and Ellie are cleared.
The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. I guess that means I owe you now, right? Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a better-than-average sawbones. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off. If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you... But we can say I'm repaying the favor if you... You won't be sorry. Or if you are, just add it to my debt and we'll figure something.
Welcome to the crew, Miss Ellie. We're...
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Brown. Artie greeting, potential customer. Welcome to Auntie's Kitchen, a home-style consumable protein dispensary. May this unit dispense protein.
Move along.
You look like someone who's taken their share of cuts and bruises. Need some armor? Maybe it's a bit... We also have a line...
Hotter than usual in here. Hope we're not catching Junlei on a bad day.
For the following
I could spend all day.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting. Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through. Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going, most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Dr. Fenhill, I hope you've reconsidered my offer to stay on.
I'm trying to live a more balanced life. Gun in one hand, scalpel in the other.
I already knew it'd be easier to teach an automech heart surgery than to change your mind.
Groundbreaker's a small town in a big ship, and anyone who spends any time here gets to know Junlei.
We don't see a lot of competent surgeons on Groundbreaker. Dr. Fenhill is my on-again, off-again freelancer.
I don't like to put a label on things.
If you ever decide to settle down, there's a home for you on Groundbreaker.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Wow, great! I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry.
Not a problem, Captain. Ask away. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping... Only the board has access to... None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses... The board isn't helping, and my resources are... Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Hold on. There's something you should know before you go charging off. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now. I have. One of my engineers, plus I can't afford to lose any Mardits on this job. Nice and pragmatic. You must not have been here long. In Halcyon, new parts come by way of interstellar freighters from Earth, and the board... That means I'd have to negotiate with the board. Damn right. Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled... Advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage...
What's going on with you lately? You seem down.
CNP Borsted Baked Beans. But you need to eat one. Borsted Baked Beans is the only one.
You couldn't pay me to visit Monarch. I'd probably get my face eaten off.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an oven. Just like store-bought. Won a charming copper kettle off that girl who runs the pub. She's a fierce arm wrestler, but she's no match for your pal Gladys. It's almost time for today's episode. Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms... Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called... Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Wonder what kind of haul they left behind.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around. You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl.
I don't know, ma'am. She seemed pretty neat to me.
Well, aren't you sweet? And just her type, too.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
Forget I said it? Yes, dearie? Anytime, sweet. Gracious. I was just sitting down for tea. What do you want, then? My hard-earned wisdom? Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.